Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to What's Good America. I am the podcast version of Tony Schiavone right now. You feel what I'm saying? I'm back, I'm black, and we are ready to party. Listen, I know it's been a minute. We had life going on. Folks was getting married. I was dodging an indictment. Listen, it's real right now. We back. I'm ready. He ready. We ready to party. Like I said, I am Tony Schiavone, aka Colton Thorsberg, aka Chocolate Pudding. All right, let's get that understood. What's understood, it got to be understood, and what's understood got to be understandable. All right, I'm the Prime Minister of Duval County. You feel what I'm saying? And I ain't wearing a shirt right now. Wonder why? Because I don't fucking feel like it. Period. We back. I'm letting them fly today. Listen, it's been a minute. I ain't had nobody to talk to. It's folks be getting married and shit. I had to focus on his wedding. All my ignorance was just like bottled up. So I'm letting it all out for this next hour. Just waves of pure lunacy and ignorance. If you don't like it, listen anyway. But my right-hand man on my left-hand side, and my left-hand man on my right-hand side. Watch this. The gainfully employed, the happily married, the world traveling, the future head coach, possibly, of the Billings Outlaws, because I ain't gonna sit here in front. I may have sent an email or two, possibly saying like, hey, maybe you should look into this guy. James Big Game Walton III. What's going on, young sir?
Hey, what's good, America? I don't know. Did my voice get deeper since I got married? I don't know. Is it deeper? Does it sound deeper? Is that it? I don't know. But I can tell you right now, I'm going to go ahead and put it on me. The reason why I ain't heard what's going on is because you know what? I'm smart enough to know happy wife, happy life. So that's on me, and I apologize to all those that, you know, whether it's 2 a year or 2,000 or 2 million. I don't know how many there are, Chris, but the pause has been on me, but I thank you for your patience. I mean, you see what this has done. I mean, Puddin's here. I didn't even know. I talked to him on the phone a little bit today. He didn't tell me Puddin was going to show up today, so I'm over here, man.
Puddin is here for the nonsense tonight.
He's in the building, man. And for those that may not watch and maybe catch us on Spotify, I mean, I'm rocking Bob Ross. I mean, you can't be on two different dynamics right now. Shout out Bob Ross. And of course, shout out my wife, Callie Walton. I got to just go ahead. Callie Walton, like.
Hold on. Say it one more time for me, big dog. Say it one more time for me.
Elizabeth Walton. America, she didn't say no.
Whoa.
Oh, you gonna tell America that wasn't there? You gonna tell her what happened? Because you were there. You gonna tell her what happened?
So just to get this out,
okay.
I was in the wedding because this is family, and they were going through their vows and everything, and it almost seemed like when somebody's chance to say, "All right, do you take this man to be your lawfully wedded husband?" It almost seemed like she had to think about it for a second. Like it was, whoa, do I? Is this something that I really want to do for the rest of
I mean, you know, I mean, to defend her, I would have thought about it too. I mean, we are talking about me, Chris. Let's be 100 about it. Like, do I really want to do this? Like, this mug, you know, he's, you know, hey, what? How did Eddie Murphy say it? That James is a special kind of guy.
But she thought about it for a second. She said yes. It was a beautiful ceremony. Dr. Jim Walton put on a fantastic ceremony.
Yeah.
The Waltons were...
We was thick in there, man. You know what I'm saying?
The Waltons were deep in Butte, Montana. I ain't gonna lie. I almost got into a fight with your cousin at the bar. It was on some Divine Nine shit. I ain't gonna sit here and lie. He was a Q. I'm a Sigma. Like we eyeballed each other for a second. Like, bro, you want to go? Like it's whatever you want to do. But we got past it. It's all love, and it was a great damn time.
I mean, I'm not even gonna say that, you know, for my give me a minute, but I mean, you give me a yes or no chocolate pudding. I mean, did I or did I not bring a tear to your eye?
It was beautiful, boy. It was beautiful. I can't sit here and lie. It was beautiful. It was a monumentous occasion.
Well, we appreciate that, man, and everybody. You know, we'll get to that a little bit later. But man, it was a ball, man, and I think obviously everyone that was there involved. I'll get more into that a little bit later. Beautiful day, man. We had a ball, and it's just made me even more focused about what we all about. So, I mean, without further ado, before we get into what we're talking about, let's just shout out Rebel Coffee and call it what it is. Rebel Coffee, I cannot wait till I'm back in Billings, which will be soon. I shall be returning. Labor Day is upon us. And, you know, there are plenty to know what that means. So looking forward to that and introducing myself and our great sponsor, Rebel Coffee. Thank you so much. Chris, how has the coffee been? I know you've had an opportunity to sample a little bit.
And that's the thing. I'm not even a coffee drinker like that. Like, dude, I'm so bougie when it comes to coffee. Like, I'm an espresso, cappuccino type person. But Rebel Coffee, and this ain't just because they gave us bags or whatever, but Rebel Coffee is actually pretty damn good. And then they actually have like chocolate covered like coffee beans. So like you can have, it's a nice little snack or whatever. Like midday, you pop a couple of them in and like it's a good time. So shout out to Rebel Coffee. We're not just saying it because we got the supplies from them, but it's actually good stuff. So make sure they're now fully open. Swing by, tell them What's Good America sent you, the good guys. You ain't gonna get shit free, but they'll know that you know that we know that you know them.
And it just makes our sponsorship stronger. So I wanted to make sure we shouted them out. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
hold on.
Oh, yeah. What's good?
Something I'm potentially working on.
I'm listening.
Shout out the 9 Round Fitness with 2 different locations. We working on something right now. So we just gonna shout.
Yeah,
we're gonna shout them out.
Shout out! Can I shout out the Willis family?
God, it's like 90 of them. There's like 90 Willises, but shout out to all of them.
But they know how we feel about them. We love them guys, man. For real.
A lot of respect and love to the whole Willis family and 9 Round Fitness.
Absolutely.
Hence why the shirt ain't on.
Hey, I don't respect. I mean, you looking good, Puddin'.
I feel good, man. Like I might go out there and play like 2 or 3 downs and be done, but like you might get 2 or 3 plays out me. And then I don't know if this ankle gonna hold up much more than that, but you're gonna get 2 or 3 plays.
Respect it, bro. So let's get into it, man. Let's get right into it, man. Like, it's been a minute. A lot has happened, dude. So I'm gonna give you the floor, man. Like, you know, what's right on your mind, man? And let's go ahead and let's tell them how we really feel about it. You know, because
I know
I'm a married man now, so I mean, I'm just gonna let it fly. Like, you know, don't get me wrong. She might be like, man, you know what? I made a mistake. She might backtrack, but I got to this point. Like, I'm just gonna say how I feel now. Like,
so I know we missed a bit. We're gonna round robin it. We're gonna try to keep it to an hour, but you know us. So first and foremost, the first thing to pop in my mind, Conor McGregor. I don't know. I think it's a wrap. Like, I think it's now time for you to look at the WWE and chase that bag the same way Matt Riddle, the same way Ronda, the same way old girl with Nia Jax is doing. Vince and Triple H are gonna pay you. Essentially, you can come out and be the wrestling version of Vince because it's the same walk, it's the same cachet and everything else. It's time because, yeah, you're going to get this rematch with Poirier. And honestly, because I'm a big Conor McGregor fan, I don't have the faith anymore because your mouth and your talent don't match up anymore. Like Floyd, just to bring it full circle with like Floyd wasn't stupid. Floyd kind of saw his talent diminishing, so he picked and chose his fights. You didn't do that. And honestly, you can't really do that in MMA. You were a badass. These kids don't care about you anymore. Like, these guys you're fighting, like, it's you don't strike the fear the same way you used to. So I get it. You snapped your ankle, and like I felt that more than anybody else did. Walt knows why. But it's I'll be the first one to tell you, once you snap that ankle the same way he did, because he snapped his the same way I did, yes, you can come back from it. Mentally, that shit's always there. Go ahead.
Well, I'm not going to act like the MMA is my field of expertise. I am a fan of, the fisticuffs. You give me the right boxing match, you get me the right MMA matchup, which, to be honest, there haven't been very many in a while where I've been like, I gotta watch that. I mean, all my guys, I'm kind of one of them old heads. Like, once my couple guys were gone, I'm like, well, that's what got me in the sport.
Right.
I have a lot of respect for Conor McGregor and how he has made himself into a household name. That you can't take that away from him. He made a lot of money off that Floyd fight.
Yep.
And it's because of what he did in that octagon. But I will relate this to this, and I am 100% on board with Chris. It's a wrap. I've seen that happen one other time in my life, Chris, and it was to my favorite fighter of all time. That was basically Anderson Silva.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And Anderson came back and fought after that. But even Anderson Silva wasn't Anderson Silva when he broke his ankle. That's the only time I've ever seen that. And once your body starts giving out on its own, I had to see the fight. I saw he stepped funny.
Yep.
That lets me know a couple things. One, you're not training the way you're supposed to train. Or two,
no,
your body is telling you it's over. Like any athlete, at some point, your body will tell you when it's time. And if he's not seeing the ghost from stepping,
he will.
They're coming. I went to that wall in 2012, Chris, in Colorado. That was it. That was it. And I saw Ghost after that. 29 years old. I was 29. That was it. And I didn't even want to play past 30 anyway. And I kept trying to play past 30, which, by the way, is pathetic. I did score some touchdowns past 30 in that league. It wouldn't be a show if I didn't pump myself a little bit.
Why wouldn't you? The
truth of the matter, back to Conor McGregor, is that's what I see. Now, in regards to the WWE, here's what's not as easy. He's going to have to put on some serious weight. He doesn't get the Shawn Michaels advantage that Shawn gets. Like, he's going to have to jack up. He doesn't get the CM Punk advantage. He gets none of that.
I agree. But you could have Conor McGregor come in and put some substance to 205, that cruiser. Like, you can bring back cruiserweight just for him. And he's big enough where he can get it off the ground. He doesn't have to do like a 10-year deal. He can do a year or 2 years just to get cruiserweight off the ground, and then I'm out. I'll be an announcer.
See, that's the thing. He doesn't have, I can keep naming guys. He doesn't have Daniel Bryan cachet to me. He doesn't have Johnny Gargano cachet.
I think he does.
Tommaso Ciampa, these guys that are 200-pound guys, they have that cachet with us because they are true wrestlers. And these guys can tell stories. And we've seen them take on big, and we think I get
that. But you mean to tell me, Conor McGregor's music hit, whatever it is, I don't even know what it is, some Irish, whatever. His music hits. He comes out with that. I don't know. As a matter of fact, I don't even know who did it first. I'm pretty sure Vince McMahon did it first, and then Conor McGregor kind of took it to 1,000. He comes out with that strut like he does, and you give him the mic, 3-minute promo, 4-minute promo. That's not going to draw attention.
Well, I'm not saying it wouldn't make money. I'm just saying how believable is it? Don't get me wrong. His hands are dynamite. But, we're talking, I don't know how strong that guy really is. I know how strong Gargano, Champ
Right.
see these guys.
And I don't want to see him. I don't want to see him fight Bobby Lashley or Brock or any of the bigger guys.
McIntyre, these guys that are going to be around the next 4 or 5 years,
No, I don't want to see that.
That's where the money.
I don't want to see that.
Roman, like the money is there. Big E, who we'll save that for another show.
Thank God, by the way.
But I will say this about McGregor. You know what they could do? You talk about what they technically kind of have right now and what type of stable they could do with him, Becky Lynch, Finn Balor.
Oh, yeah.
Sheamus. What type of crazy Irish shit talk that would have them go against the Samoans, have all the
itself.
The Hurt Business joins the fun business, and they just become they could really do. It could be like the 90s again. They could really have the when they had all the factions all over the place. You got Dominic and Ray talking about trying to bring back the LWO.
I saw that.
They could really, there'd be some fun storytelling they could do, around Survivor Series matches and things like that. I know Vince, as much as he, has put stables together and they've been, Vince actually hates stables, which is crazy. Stables have paid him all his money. That and, Austin. Anyway, and Hogan. Okay. But McGregor, I think we're on the same page. We move on.
Yeah.
If he's going to fight again, you know what? It could end up being a great comeback. I will never say that he can't fight again.
I agree.
But I would say this. If you breaking your own ankle on your own volition, what is it, 27-6? He's went from, I love one of his memes, one of the best memes on the internet, where he went from, he was plumbing and a plumber, and then within 4 years, he was the champion of the world in his weight class. Dude, you've had a great story, and you've made a shit ton of money.
A shit ton. You made a shit ton outside just on Proper 12 alone, which is delicious, by the way.
Yeah, that, and Floyd gave you $100 million. Go run for the president of Ireland. That's what I would do if I was him.
So I'll say this, and then we'll move on, because you made a fantastic point.
I forgot the Queen of England. Shouts out to the royal family.
No, we're not shouting out the royal family because you really want to.
No, I don't want to call it. No, I'm not falling.
Okay.
Well, actually, we talked about it.
We did. That's what I'm saying.
I forgot we did. That's how long it's been. So we have. So I don't have to repeat myself. Y'all just got to go listen. We said what we said about it.
They ain't mad at you. They want that gal. Anyway.
Yeah. Babe, I forgot we talked about the royal. We went into that. That's how long we've been doing this show. Shouts out to us. We talked about the royal family. Remember? Me and the wife, we actually had a good conversation at that show. She was irate about some stuff. I was like, hey, I'm
they mad at you. They mad. They want that gal. Anyway, no. Anyway, I'll say this and then we'll move on. You pick the next topic. Bro, when you start seeing Ghost, myself specifically, I don't even hang clean when I work out now, because I know my ankle is strong enough. I got metal running all through it. There's screws and there's titanium and all this surgical grade $100,000 surgery.
Hey, we got your finishing move though now. You got you your ankle is like Lex Luger's bionic forearm, man. We give you.
I could just if I roundhouse somebody, that'll be perfect.
It'd be like Super Black Mass.
Of course, my mom calls anyway. But if I roundhouse somebody, it'll be perfect. But when you start seeing Ghosts, dude, once you see it once, you will see them all the time.
Yeah.
So Conor, you got to fight Poirier because he's down to fight, and I'm sure there's some kind of contract clause where the fight is yours, but it's time to go look for something else.
And Chris, why wouldn't Dustin fight him? He's making I'm going to make as much money as I can off this dude. Like,
Of
he's
course.
still the draw. Like, so
he is. And that's sad, but it is because
he's the
you don't
draw.
have John. Bones Jones is done for whoever knows how long this time again. So it's him. Like you've got to fight the money.
And obviously Nunez has beaten everybody 14 times.
And how many times do you want to watch what's the boy name? The Spanish boy, him and his brother.
Talking about the Diaz.
The Diaz brother. Yeah, like I love watching their fights, but come on, dude. Like I get it. Like y'all are tough. We get it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and support the Diaz brothers because I don't want that smoke whatsoever.
Oh God, no. I'm shooting one of them.
No. Shout out to the Diaz brothers.
Yeah,
you never know. If we ever get famous, I don't want them coming after me. Like
hell no.
Shout out to the Diaz brothers.
Dude, I'll fight just about anybody else except them.
No, them dudes, they can do it all. They can do it legal and they can do it illegal. I know that
for real. No, I'm good. So yeah, next topic on you, big dog. No.
Well, America, we're just running stuff off, being our conformist selves as I've been listening to podcasts. Okay, Chris, let me just go ahead and throw this out there. Callie's already walking away. But I'm gonna go ahead and say it, Chris. I've been listening to the One Tree Hill podcast. Not ashamed. I'm just gonna go ahead and put that out there. I have. So I want to shout out the drama queens. Sophia Bush, Hillary Burton Morgan, and Bethany Joy Lenz, goes by Joy. I want to shout out my homegirls because that's still my show. And I'm still pissed off you haven't watched the show.
Well, listen, I got a couple of days here where I ain't really got no responsibility. So
you need to watch that first episode. And if you go, you know what? I don't need to watch episode 2. I'll respect it because I respect you. But I know you. You're going to be watching like what is happening. And then you're going to watch it and you're going to go, I see how they got James. And you're going to watch that second one. You're going to be like, okay, well, now I'm a little bit invested. And then by that third episode, you'll be like, dude, you're going to go right back to my give me a minute. When I told you, when Dave Chappelle told us that Sesame Street was the worst place in the world. Absolutely not. So I want to shout my girls out because they've been talking about it. They were like, dude, like what high school were we portraying? Like they talk about it. So I mean, but they have order. They're using episodes. So, but what I'd like to kind of discuss, in all honesty, is something I just kind of caught wind of. Like I haven't been really watching a whole lot of stuff, but I think it's worth talking about just because I heard Skip and Shannon talk about it a little bit. And I just wanted to hear your thoughts. Like, how would you feel right now if you were an NFL player?
Okay.
And you were on a team, right? Like we're at the beginning of the year. Like there's 16 teams that can win the Super Bowl, right?
Right.
Half the league can actually win the Super Bowl. How would you feel if you were one of the 19 teams out of 32 that weren't at the threshold with getting the vaccination? So you could just basically have, a normal camp life and a normal football life. Like, how would that make you feel as a player? Like, I don't like to normally piggyback off of things that guys are getting paid millions of dollars to do. But this is kind of one of those things where I think we can have a perspective a little bit, grittier than Shannon's.
Right.
But I thought it was intriguing to kind of talk about for a couple of minutes because obviously it's a divisive topic, and that's what we like to do from time to time. So I just wanted to kind of hear your thoughts about the fact that only 13 teams in the league can have like full camp. I don't even know the 13 teams. I might look it up while you're giving your answer, just to kind of give you some perspective. But
yeah,
what do you think?
Dude, I know I'm gonna fall on the opposite side of you. Let me start off by saying this. I started playing tackle football, like because I'm from Florida, so you don't play flag or touch or anything like that. You play tackle football as soon as you possibly can. So I've been playing tackle football since I was 6 years old. I made a little bit of money of it. I made a nice living. Bounced around NFL camps, bounced around CFL, bounced around the AFL, IFL, all that good stuff. I made decent money. I ain't saved none of it because I was too busy partying the whole time.
Yeah, you made decent money. You know who didn't make decent money was me.
I knew that shit was coming.
Yeah, you should have known that was coming. I'm still mad about that shit. I'll let it go, though.
So
I'll let it.
I say that to say this. If I'm one of those teams that doesn't essentially have a Super Bowl chance or doesn't have a full camp and all that, my only question is, because I know on Wednesday, is my check still going to be deposited? Yeah, right? My check still hits on Wednesday, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then I don't give a fuck. Like, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I want the extra money of going to the playoffs and winning the Super Bowl, but at the same time, I've been in the locker room when that check hits. I know that Tuesdays and Wednesdays are the harder practices, but Wednesday, it ain't that bad because you know that check just hit. So, like with me personally, I love the game. I think about football, playing it, running plays every day of my life, and it won't stop. Because to be completely transparent, like I love the game more than I love most people. But that check's still gonna be there. So I get a Super Bowl bonus, but at the same time, I'm not gonna say how much I make now because I make decent money. But I know how much the bare minimum of an NFL player makes per year, which is more than what I make. So if I know that check's going to be there every Wednesday for doing something that I have loved doing since I've been 6 years old, something that if I could figure out a way to get back into it that'll pay me more than what I'm doing right now, I would tell my current job to kiss my ass. Like, if I knew that check was going to be there every Wednesday for the NFL, I'm not worried about it. Like, I'm not, because that I love the game and I love money. True enough, I love the game more than I love money, and a Super Bowl is something only a select bunch of players have. But generational wealth is a real thing. And to be able to say that same game I was playing at 6 years old, I'm now playing at 37 or whatever and getting paid for it. And now I can make sure that my daughter's kids are taken care of and their college is paid for. I'm still good with that. So as long as that check clears, I'm good.
Yeah, so you didn't answer the question. So well done there.
I couldn't do it. I couldn't. I couldn't.
All right.
Like I'm focused on the money part of it because
it's
just the money.
And trust me, and I'm all for that too. And I respect that, right? Check this out. Here are the two teams that have the lowest COVID ratings, right now, according to this article on ESPN. The Washington football team and the Indianapolis Colts. Here's what's crazy when I see that those are two of the teams. They both can win their divisions.
Yeah.
They can win their divisions. Indianapolis was the front runner until we basically, I never thought that I would do something like that with you, but we had a show a little bit back where basically I said that Alabama connection is insanity to me, and I can't get over that. Because I basically declared that Ryan Tannehill will probably win the MVP. So I can't wait till we get closer to NFL because I'm going to do my top five. We'll have to do our top five candidates for MVP.
Oh, yeah. Aaron Rodgers will not be one of them.
As, we get one of our he didn't text me back his schedule, but, I think we're getting a new third leg since our main third leg is, contractually going to have to change some things that he says on this show. I don't know how much we're going to have him. Mr. Athletic Director.
Shout out to Mike Bazemore being a new
Shout out to
athletic
Bays,
director.
man. Hey, salute to him. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Oh,
glad
oh,
he's
no,
coming
no,
back.
oh. You can't raise alcohol because he's now
Oh,
involved.
that's right.
Like
I raised alcohol to an athletic director for
That's-
college.
I got my water. It's okay. I got my water.
Empty
There we go.
seltzer, club soda. Sorry, Babe. I hope that didn't mess you up, Babe. Oops. I'm not even drunk. That's just bad. You're right. I just raised alcohol in athletic director.
He gonna be involved in fundraisers and everything. You know what's bad? What's worse is he's going to literally have to disown me.
Oh yeah.
Like
if
he has to.
Dude, if I were you, I would show up at everything he does. Like,
he
ought to be glad. He ought to be glad that I'm not there with you because we would crash everything.
Any fundraiser, listen, any fundraiser, school presser, any athletic event where you have to be in a black tie, I am there. I am there.
Yeah, so shout out Bays. But no, the Colts are a very good football team. Mm-hmm. And they got an upgraded quarterback. Everybody's back on their team.
Yeah.
And they still got money to where they might, you never know what move they might.
True.
They're balanced. And Carson Wentz has balance and targets. There's another guy that is shown.
And a fantastic O-line.
I mean, he was the MVP of that year. Like
a couple years ago.
Whoever 2017, whatever year that was, whoever won that MVP was not the MVP of the league. It was Carson Wentz. So, and then the Washington football team, look, it's the NFC East. You know, the division that used to be that division was my division. Where like the NFC North used to be like, flip a coin for a while. It's the NFC East, dude. Look, they got your guy.
Yeah.
As long as you got that guy, he's either going to lead you to the promised land, or he's going to literally take a shit on the field. Like, and you'd have it no other way. Like, I heard there's a push. I saw this, Chris, and I think you'd appreciate this just because he was kind of a part of you guys' renaissance. He got you to Tua. So
yeah.
Got a lot of love for him and what he did for you guys is he made you guys stabilize and now you've got a great coach. I think you've got a Mike Tomlin situation for your team, and you can't ask for anything better than that in this league.
No,
that you're going to compete every year, and
not
at some point you're gonna get your Super Bowl chance. And Brian Flores, I believe, is the type of guy that can win a Super Bowl. You give him 2 weeks, like he's gonna get you. Like I think he's that good, and I think he's gonna prove.
Before you finish, I think, dude, you just said possibly the most intelligent thing that I've ever heard you say. He's another version of Mike Tomlin. Yeah. Like he's another version. Like that's all it is. Like it's hey, I know defense, but I got guys around me who know offense, and I'm soaking it all in.
Yep. Absolutely.
I mean, because hold on. Matter of fact, he learned defense from Monty Kiffin.
Yeah.
Which arguably,
and he's a Belichick.
So arguably, and this is the conversation for a different time.
Well, you know how I feel about Monty Kiffin.
Monty Kiffin.
You know how I feel about Monty Kiffin. Monty Kiffin's up there.
Belichick.
And Dick LeBeau.
And then Dick LeBeau, hold on, and then I gotta give, as much as this hurts me, because I was gonna do this show a whole different way before me and you got started. I'm glad you talked to me before we got started, because I was gonna do this whole show in a Chicago accent. But we talked before the show. He calmed me down. He got me laughing. So, but the fact that my top 5 minds for defense: Monty Kiffin, Dick LeBeau. Goddamn it, we just said it.
Belichick, of course.
Belichick, but then Ditka and Buddy Ryan.
Well, Buddy Ryan would be the defense. Mike Ditka was basically the ball. Mike Ditka was basically hand the ball to Walter. I'm gonna do offense and let Buddy do his thing. Like Mike let Buddy do his thing. 46.
But I like Ditka's ability to say, you know what? this guy knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
So those are my 5, because even with Ditka being the offensive guy, being the tight end and everything else, as a head coach, he deferred to a better mind.
Yeah, see. So I like that. So I'm going to take your top 3 that you took. Monty Kiffin, like, come on, man. Like,
Yeah.
You know, so I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how much of that is Tony Dungy or how much of that is Monty Kiffin, but I'm going to go Monty. I'm going to go Monty. This is in no order for the top 3. Monty, Bill, Belichick, and Dick LeBeau. I mean, Dick LeBeau easily probably is the greatest defensive mind in the history of the game. And besides the fact the dude had like 60 picks as a player. Like Dick, Dick LeBeau's a little bit different from all these guys we talk about.
That helps.
Because he's a Hall of Fame coach and a Hall of Fame player. Like it's a little bit different conversation with him where I love Bill Belichick and I love
the clout goes up. The clout goes up when you say, yeah,
that's what I'll do.
I'm in the Hall of Fame.
Chris, I got it.
Both ways.
Instead of doing my top 5, that's what I would say. I'll take Dick LeBeau over Bill Belichick any day of the week, defensive mind. That's what
I won't argue. I won't argue.
And it's no disrespect because Belichick is the guy.
No.
Belichick's no, listen. Belichick is the guy that was smart enough to let Lawrence Taylor do whatever the hell he wants. That's a great defensive mind.
Exactly. That's why I had Ditka, because Ditka was like, hey, listen, buddy, I know me and you don't really get along, but I know you know what you're doing. So me and you will fight, but you got your thing.
Here's the guy I throw in there that for their time you have to give it to him. There's
the GOAT himself.
Pete Carroll, because you got to throw the Legion of Boom's years in there. And then here it is right here. Marvin Lewis.
And
what did he do at the NFL? We talking NFL.
We're not talking. We're just talking about defense in general, okay? Why you got to take this? Why you got to take this away from me? Why you got to take this away from me? Why you got to take this away from me?
I'm not talking about college football.
You knew where I was going. Why you got to take this away from me?
Topic.
Why you got to take this away from me? I asked for little to nothing in this relationship. You know what I was leaning towards.
Well, I mean, do I give him credit because he's technically a Belichick guy?
He is a Belichick guy.
So is it really him or is it really Bill?
I will give you that.
So I'm trying to save you from embarrassing your guy.
I will give you that.
Thank you. I would say Pete Carroll. I would throw Pete Carroll there, and I'd throw Marvin Lewis because I think Marvin Lewis was the DC when Random won the first. Because that was before he became the head coach.
Yep, he was.
So that Ravens defense, you got to give Marvin Lewis his due, and that's
what threw his name in that. Exactly, that's what threw his name into the conversation of being a head coach.
And then I guess I think you got to throw Tony Dungy in there too, because obviously when he went to Indianapolis, he wasn't calling plays. So that's what I'm saying. Like I don't know how much of that was Tony, how much of that was Monty, how much of that was both of them, because that whole coaching tree is Tony Dungy's coaching tree. But I have high praise for Monty Kiffin. So, man, that was a whole different conversation itself. We got off COVID so fast.
You know what? Fuck COVID. Listen, let's just get into it. We got about 15 minutes because I want to keep it very close to an hour. Let's get into it. Let's get into the man who embodies. Nah, bitch, I'm cool. You're like, nah, we good. I'm good. Let's get into the man who embodies. You know what? I'm gonna go do this shit over here. Hey. Let's get into the man who says, like, you know what? Yeah, I'm a top 5 talent, and yeah, maybe I got like 5 years left in me of like high playing, but I'm not playing for your punk ass.
Hey, can I also put an asterisk? I call him #Callie's favorite quarterback in the league when he is definitely, she hates him.
Which I wanted to ask about that during the wedding, but at the same time, because it was during the wedding. But let's get into Aaron Rodgers the way we get into Aaron Rodgers. So
Look.
it just came out that the Packers were willing, like it was a couple weeks ago, they were willing to pay Aaron Rodgers the bag, quote unquote. They were willing to give this man a boatload of money to be the highest, not the highest paid quarterback, not the highest paid player, but the highest paid quarterback of all time. And he looked at that number, which would had to be north of $23 million per year.
Chris, you know Patrick Mahomes is making like $45 million a year.
That's that baseball shit too. But he was going to be the highest paid quarterback.
Yeah, they were going to pay him
period.
more than Mahomes.
And if you look at more than $45 million per year, and you say, "All right, 45, okay, 46, okay, and then, nah, bitch, I'm cool. I'm gonna go host Jeopardy, and I'm gonna go hang out on Fiji in the mountains and shit."
I like how he is the epitome of nah, bitch, I'm cool. Like I feel like we should call Dave Chappelle and go, hey Dave, like we plan on cutting you in on this, but we're gonna have like nah, bitch, I'm cool on this side, and Aaron Rodgers walking off the field with his on a t-shirt, and then we should go to Green Bay and sell those shirts.
Nah, bitch, I'm cool. Bro, this man turned down 46. He turned down $46 million
all off season, bro,
to go play golf with Tom Brady, Phil Mickelson, and DeChambeau. Like you know what? I'm gonna go play golf with my friends on TV and crack jokes about why I don't want to play, but why I don't want to be in Green Bay. Like Tom Brady said, like he was talking to Gronk on the phone, like, yeah, I'm just out here scouting. I'm out here with, I guess, the starting quarterback of Green Bay. And like Aaron was like, we'll see how that goes. What? Come on, man. Come on. Are you serious?
Listen.
Are you serious right
now? Okay. Like I think I've said this. Here's what Aaron Rodgers means to me. Okay. like Aaron Rodgers in my adult football life. I think he's been the quarterback since I was out of college. I think I got it right out of college. I think Brett Favre.
Since you've been an adult, since you've been a real adult, he's been a quarterback.
I think I've only been a real adult in the last couple of years. But
true. But like legally been an
like
adult.
Out of college, like
you're right.
Rent is due, yeah. Aaron Rodgers has been a central part of my football life.
Right.
I have never despised a football player more than Aaron Rodgers. And it's just by default. I mean, if I was really to ask Chris Turner how he felt about Bo Jackson, you know what Chris Turner would say about Bo Jackson?
Fuck Bo Jackson.
There you go. I didn't have to say it. He said it for himself. And it's not because he doesn't know that Bo Jackson is one of the greatest athletes to ever live.
True.
It's that it's inherently in him to hate all things in that part of Alabama. He can't help it.
No.
Can't give credit where credit is due. Like it just never will happen.
Well,
I, on the other hand, have the ability to go, that guy is so good, it pisses me off that I have to hate him. So what fascinates me about this, it's not even so much him, because he isn't an enigma. Like he has shown that. Like this is par for the course who he is. What I love about this is, in my opinion, one of the top 4 most arrogant fan bases in the history of sports. Because they don't, Chris, they don't understand your pain of what you've gone through since 1999. I think 99, 2000, 99, I think is when he retired.
99. Yeah, 99.
They have no idea what we've gone through in Chicago. Nobody in the league knows. I can actually go to probably, if you name a team, I can give you a multi-time Pro Bowl quarterback. Go ahead, give me a shot in their history. Go ahead. Let me show you
We'll
how
go a
good I
couple.
am at this.
Matter of fact, okay, fine. Let's go a couple rounds.
Just name a team, and I bet you I can give you a guy that's made multiple Pro Bowls.
Jacksonville Jaguars.
Mark Brunell.
Atlanta Falcons.
Matt Ryan.
Kansas City's too easy. Let's go. The Texans.
Deshaun Watson.
Fuck, I forgot about him. Well, clearly.
Everybody has.
That's for a whole.
Not me.
That's where I get the reason.
Listen, I will trade Justin Fields and a first-round pick for those problems. Give me all them problems. He can sit out of here. I'd take him. I said it. You see my name.
The Carolina. Oh no, I guess they had scammed.
Mm-hmm. I like how you answered that one for yourself. You're like, oh, I can't mention his name in my mouth.
Yeah. The Jets.
Ooh, this is a good one. But they had Joe Namath.
Fuck. Pittsburgh had him. The Bengals.
Oh, I can give you a couple. Boomer Esiason was the MVP of the league. And don't forget about Carson Palmer. And he's
forgot about
he's getting
Carson
shit
Palmer.
on now. But don't act like Andy Dalton didn't have seasons.
He did.
In his prime. Not this Andy Dalton that's on my team now, where I'm like, we gave him how much? Like, Andy Dalton gave me hope. Like, you know what? If I actually rehab this ankle, I could make it to a training camp and get cut in 3 days. That's really the way I felt. I'm like, you know what? The Niners Stadium is right down the street. I'm like, you know what? Callie believes in me. She's like, babe, if you just 6 months, you know what I'm saying? If you just trained every day, I was like, you know what, babe? I see Andy Dalton making $10 million. All I want to do is sign a one-day contract. That's all I would need. I think I could get good enough to sign a one-day contract. They would cut me the next day. Like, this dude is 39 years old. I'd have to lie on everything. Go ahead, keep going. Or if you're done, I can make my point about why this Aaron Rodgers. Like, yeah.
Make your point, because I think like you got me on this one.
The point is this: is that for 30 plus years, which is basically within our lifetimes, and a lot of these younger fans that don't know about the Magic Man years of Don Majkowski in the 80s and in the 70s, when nobody knows who the hell the quarterback of the Green Bay Packers was. I sure don't. I felt like after Bart Starr retired, they didn't have a quarterback till Don Majkowski got there, because
they missed after Starr retired. It was like 7 years.
Who was their quarterback?
It was there was like 7 years of just like a rotation of guys.
I think it was longer than that, Chris. I think it was like the end of the 60s through the 70s into the mid 80s, and then Don Majkowski showed up. The only reason why I know who the Magic Man is because I had Tecmo Bowl. And Sterling Sharp is one of my favorite football players ever.
Which you said that before.
I've said that. Like Sterling Sharp, I can look beyond that ugly combination of gold and green. Like, that shit is gross. I'm sorry.
First of all, hold on. Let me get this out.
I know you wore the colors, man. It's no disrespect to your school.
Thank you.
At all. But that shit is gross.
That shit is gross, man.
The only time gold and green looks good together is if you got some gold bars and some cash next to you. Outside of that, I don't want to see that shit. Who wants to see them colors together? Who wakes up and goes, you know what? You know what I'm gonna do? I got you. I'm gonna go ahead and put on this green shirt and put some yellow pants on. I'm gonna put some black socks and shoes, and I'm gonna look fly as hell. You know they be looking ugly as shit every time you watch them. You be like, man, they should just wear their road jerseys all the time. Throw some white in the middle of that bullshit. Point is that they've had 30 some odd years of never having to worry about what's happening behind that. Where every team in this league At some point, Tom Brady has not played every year in New England. Tom Brady's been hurt.
Right.
Drew Brees has been hurt.
Right.
But you can look at a window. There are very few teams that have had that amount of time where they never had to worry about who was taking a snap. And Aaron Rodgers has only been like hurt a couple times. So this is more to the fan base and a lot of friends that I love, and I love them. But you guys are in for a rude awakening because y'all think y'all own that team. Y'all don't own that team. You never have, you never will. Y'all can buy into all that, oh yeah, I've got an ownership stake. Well, if you own that team, I guarantee you Aaron Rodgers would have all the money he wants. Want to give, like, see, I see that, like, oh yeah, we have ownership. I'm like, word, you do, you really believe that you own a piece of the Green Bay Packers? Because if you did, you'd give Aaron Rodgers everything you had.
Yeah.
This ain't Brett Favre at 40, like, holding on. This is Aaron Rodgers who just threw for 48-4.
For those of you who don't do math well, that means for every 12 touchdowns he threw, he only had one interception.
So I'm enjoying every minute of it. And Chris, you hit it on the head. When a guy can look at you and he literally can say, it's not about money. I mean, if it was you and me, I'd be like, you know what, man?
I mean, all right, we'll do this again.
I had to shuck and jive. You know, I mean, they just offered me more than Mahomes.
A little soft shoe.
But the fact that he's like, I'm going to get what I want. Like, you made me, that's the way you feel right now. That's what I appreciate about that. Like, it's true human emotion. I can respect that about Aaron Rodgers. The way I felt, the way you treated me, because this is what every pundit has been bringing up, and I agree with it, is the fact that Andy Dalton got a call about Justin Fields. Like, if I'm Aaron Rodgers, it's no disrespect to Andy Dalton's career. If I'm Aaron Rodgers and I go, Andy Dalton got a call?
Bitch, you serious?
I will retire with the greatest. Like, he has records that will only Mahomes can touch. He hasn't even thrown 100 picks in his career, Chris. And he has over 400 touchdowns.
Meanwhile,
like, that touchdown interception ratio is insane.
It's ridiculous. Meanwhile, Brett passed the 100 interceptions by this point a long time ago.
Oh, yeah. And he played another 5 years.
So let me just, because I gotta make sure we kind of kirk this so that it's not going too long. Let's go on and give me a minute. I got to curve it. We got time this week. Me and you gonna be talking a lot. Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of shirtless episodes. We're good.
I'm good with my Aaron Rodgers thing for now because I just, training camp's coming, so
it's coming.
All I do is go to work, and I'm just waiting for these finals to be over, and it's nothing but reading training camp notes. That's all I'm gonna do. Go to work, read training camp notes, and try to get Callie pregnant.
Whoa!
She literally just did the DX. She just did the DX sucking chop right now. You guys.
That's why I love Kelly.
Hey, she was watching Money. She was watching Money in the Bank with me and everything. She was like, I guess I'm gonna have to show interest in this a little bit more when he dominates the television when I can't get off the couch. What a dick. She was like, babe, it would be so much more fun. Like, if they actually really tried to get that briefcase. I was dying laughing inside.
Oh, fuck.
Like, she's like, they should really get that. I was like, you're not wrong. I mean, somebody might die off these ladders, but you're right.
So with all that being said, let's get into America's favorite part of the show of Give Me a Minute. So America, because I'm out of liquor, give me a minute. I was talking to a friend of mine today. OB, that's what we'll call him. And OB was like, yo, Ed White, my high school, the Ed White High School, that I graduated from, the illustrious.
Respect.
We got a favorable schedule. So I just want to point out, I'm from the west side of Jacksonville, Florida. Duval County, stand up. 32205. All right. 904. I got it tattooed on my back and all this other. Anyway, so Walt, you remember we had a conversation about all the high schools in Jacksonville and like all their Confederate roots and everything.
Oh yeah, that was actually a great episode. Is
right.
that on Spotify?
So that I might have to check and see on that.
Yeah, we'll have to check.
So with all that being said, all the rivalries that I had in high school are now done because every last punk ass Confederate flag waving, Confederate soldier uniform wearing ass school that we had to play against is now gone. Nathaniel B. Forrest, which we all know, Nathaniel B. Forrest was Ku Klux Klan. No longer. That school is now called West Side High. General Robert E. Lee, the Generals was the name of their damn team, is now Riverside High. There is no more Confederacy in Jacksonville. Well, as far as the name anyway. Well, let me curve it that way. Lee is gone. Jeff Davis is gone. Nathaniel B. Forrest is gone. So I'm going home for what is the Ed White Lee game because that's the biggest rivalry on the West Side. I'm going home for that. But I'm going home super proud because my high school, Edward H. White, who was an astronaut, and as far as we know, unless when shit come out, was not a racist man and didn't have anything to do with the Confederacy, we're still Ed White. You punk ass motherfuckers is down West Side and Riverside High. So anybody who went to Nathaniel B. Forrest, aka West Side High, General Robert E. Lee, now Riverside High, and the Potter's House, because I don't like that church. Y'all can kiss my entire ass. And that's been my minute.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie to you. I was hoping that one of those high schools was gonna turn into East Side High. Just like
Hold on. Oh, I'll give you your time.
Go ahead, don't.
So there is a school on the east side right now whose name is about to get changed because they're on the east side and they're called Andrew Jackson High School.
See how excited I was for my give me a minute. I just went.
So Andrew Jackson High School, you're probably going to be East Side High here.
Oh man, and they better. Their fight sign better.
East Side High.
They better. They better do it.
Shut up, OB, man.
Hey, I was hoping you were gonna say East Side High, man. I got goosebumps right now. You know
I guarantee
you rewind to that part every time. That's how old we are. I'm over here talking about
East Side High. By thy side we'll stand and always praise God's name.
Praise God's name. Look, okay. Hey, shout out Jacksonville. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, the 904 when I was there showed a lot of love, even though I was not in those parts. But to see that, to hear that, man, that's a great way to kick this off. So we're right at that 1 hour moment. So this is the right time for me to extend this for 5 minutes. Here we go. So America, got enough left to have a little bit there, but give me a minute. It's been a rapid fire show, so I'm gonna do some rapid fire kicks. First and foremost, I want to also, as I do on this show, and it's not going to change because I'm married, is give my wife a lot of credit. I like saying wife on this show now; it's nice. But you know, she
shout out to the new Mrs. Walton.
Yeah, that shit's dope. Let's just call it what it is. But she brought something to my attention, and I want to say it maybe in a Wayne's J way. She goes, babe. You think with all these guys going to space, we'd find a way to create H2O in the air and put all these fires out? So let me just go ahead and touch on it for about 30 seconds because I can do that because I got white people in my house. What is it with rich white people? Why are they trying to go to space?
They know something.
Like you make a Cedric the Entertainer joke come back from 2000 Kings of Comedy. Like, you think you just gonna go to the moon and just leave all us because you rich? No, you go to the moon, damn it, we coming to the moon. Shout out Cedric the Entertainer for that joke. My point is this. I respect that they have the ability to do these things. But my babe is right. There is scientific proof that if you put two hydrogens together and a little bit of oxygen, you can make water.
Yeah.
Who the hell's not trying to make like a cumulus cloud machine that they can just put in space whenever a fire breaks out? Or let's try to fix the ozone. That's the other thing my wife said. She's just like, she's brilliant. So I want to get that out there. Jeff Bezos, Richard Branson, who is still making money off of Virgin. Like, word?
He's thinking Madonna money.
I'm like, dude, I need to go look at his roster of masters this dude got.
Please do.
But he's got the islands too, so respect that. And Elon Musk, Elon Musk, I don't know if you listen to that, but you should hire my babe in your safety. Like, she would love to work for you and help you find a way to safely create H2O to put out fires. All right, so I'm getting that off my chest. It's off my chest. Why are we going after Naomi Osaka so much? Like what's the big deal? What is it that she possesses or what she's doing that's pissing off people? She's a 22-year-old girl that can swing a tennis racket really, really good. I don't get that. I don't understand it. And I'm going to comment to this. I've seen her interviews. For anybody that comments and says, well, she's got these spreads and all this stuff coming out, if you've never seen her talk in person or what that Serena Williams win did to her, I get it. I'm the college dropout in this entire situation. But I need to drop my first F-bomb in this show. Like, you guys that are making all these millions of dollars and talking, and I don't care about what your political views, you shut the fuck up. Like, you make no sense. Like, I'm glad she said the things that she did say to certain people, like, you need to understand, I shot this a year ago. They released it now. Like, I didn't know they were going to do that shit. Or she probably did. But you go look at what happened with Serena Williams. I know all you have to do is watch that. Is watching two young African-American based women, and they got put in that. And what that did to her. She was like 19 years old, and that's her idol. Yep. And look what y'all did to Serena and how you made her look. Like, how do you think that made her feel? So anybody that wants to have a conversation about that, you know where to find me. Got that off my chest. And I think the last thing I want to do, because I'm getting long-winded here, I want to do this on here because I know the first thing I posted on Facebook was, hey, we're trying to rent our house. What up? And that's not at all, who I am. That's just, hey, listen. You didn't see no screwball. The times we own. This has got to last. We out here broke. But here's the truth of it. There was so much love in Butte. I know, Chris, I go from a joke and I go serious. Like, this is exactly why our show is a disaster. But I do want to say this from the bottom of my heart. Everybody that was there, and I will probably try to tag this when it's out. And, this will be my thank you. I do better talking than I do writing. But everybody that was able to make our wedding, I mean, God bless you. The joy that I experienced going through all that with you guys. I know the way Callie felt. We've been talking about it every day since. Everybody that was able to make it, thank you so much. Everybody that couldn't make it and reached out or sent a gift or whatever, my God, like, you know, you always know you're loved, but we didn't know we were loved as much as we are. So I want to thank everybody that was invited and couldn't make it, and sent their love out to us and our bridal party and everybody, our families. Thank you to all those. And to everybody that said congratulations or sent a like, I mean, it was, you combined between me and Callie and multiple pictures, it's got to be upwards of 2,000 people. You know, I couldn't even do it on my birthday like I thought I could, you know, when everybody said happy birthday and did that. I think this is the best platform to do that. From the bottom of my heart, anybody that had the time to say thank you, congratulations on there, whether you were invited or not, or reached out in a text or whatever and did that, it means the world to me. I am not who I am without any of those influences. The smallest like is what made Mr. Saturday Night stick and be the worst decision of my life with nicknames. Anybody from high school, anybody from college that reached out and said congratulations when you had other things to do and you just saw that pop in, hearts go out to you. Thank you so much for that love. It meant everything. I'm the luckiest guy in the world. I got a dope ass girl. Like, let's just call it what it is. There's not too many people that have met Callie and said, you know what, you really messed that up. I think everybody has said she saved your ass from yourself.
Facts.
So I want to thank everybody that has sent any type of positive energy, and I promise you, this show is a part of that, and we're going to continue to wheel it back and do the right things. And don't be surprised if Chocolate Pudding, and I better be wrong about Justin Fields America, somehow really does monetize this, because shit's in motion. Just be ready to continue to throw that support, because we're coming for you. America, that's been my long ass minute. You knew it was coming after my wedding.
So I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna close out the show. I want to give a big shout out to Uncle Julian, and please forgive my heart, but I didn't hear her name at all during the wedding. But Uncle Julian's wives and his daughters, for me, like they helped me out with Zoe, because clearly I don't know how to really do hair like that and shit like that, and helping Zoe out with everything and entertaining Zoe. So I want to send a special shout out to the whole Walton gang, because they adopted me and Zoe from the time we got there until it was time to go. So they adopted the damn Turners to be Waltons real quick. So I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Thanks for helping me out with Zoe when I needed help. Thanks for giving me 10, 15 minutes to go grab something to drink real quick when I had Zoe pretty much on my hip the whole time. So, because I don't drink in front of my baby like that. So I just want to send a special shout out to y'all. That honestly, because I don't trust a lot of people with my daughter, but like, I appreciate y'all. No. So with all that being said, make sure that you follow us on Instagram. Make sure you check us out on YouTube. Make sure you get us on Spotify. Make sure you get us on Anchor. Make sure you get us on Facebook. I'm gonna figure out how to do Apple Podcasts now that we on Spotify. I mean, we got to keep this money rolling in, because we're at like a hot $3 or $4 right now. So,
oh, wait a minute, we're above $1 now.
We're above $1 now, dude. Like, it's that money is rolling in. So, with all that being said, thanks for everybody who came to the wedding. Thanks for everybody who tunes in. Thanks for everybody who chimes in. Andre Molden, you will be one of the next. You will be one of the next guests on this damn show.
We gotta have Dre
because, bro, like, for the bottom of my heart, like, you are on me about this show more than Walt is. So I will have you on, and whatever you got, if you want to talk about stupid ass Arkansas and them damn Razor Pigs, whatever. I will have you on your show, and I will give you flowers for everything that you do.
Dre, all you gotta do is let us know what day and time. I mean, you know. All I know is this week's a good week. Chocolate Pudding is in the house by himself, man. Over there playing Keith Murray featuring R. Kelly right now. He over there playing House Party right now. You know that.
Bro, it's a wrap. It's a wrap over here
Gosh,
right now. Anyway, with all that being said, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for coming back. We won't let you down. Rebel Coffee, we love you. 9 rounds, we love you. But the same question we're going to ask y'all too is the same question I ask Walt every time we come on. And that question is, Walt,
what's good, America?
what's good, America? Just happy accidents.